Hey there, cake lovers! Did you know the UK spends over £368 million on cakes every year? And globally, people are munching on between 50 and 100 million birthday cakes every single day. Talk about a worldwide sweet tooth. Welcome to the sweetest corner of the internet, where the only thing better than the frosting is the fun we're about to have. Whether you're a seasoned baker or just here for the sugar rush, we've got something to tickle your taste buds and your funny bone. So, grab your apron, put on your chef hat, or just pretend, and let's bake up some serious fun. With a side of frosting, of course. Let's get this cake party started. All right, let's talk cake science. When baking soda or baking powder meets wet ingredients, they release tiny bubbles of carbon dioxide, making your batter rise like it's on a trampoline. Meanwhile, the flour proteins are busy forming gluten, which helps your cake keep its shape. But the real MVPs are the fats, butter, oil, or whatever you're using. They trap air and make sure your cake is light and fluffy like a sweet cloud. And here comes the magic word, emulsification. It's a fancy way of saying that eggs, butter, and sugar team up to create a smooth, well-blended batter. This smoothness ensures your cake comes out soft, moist, and totally irresistible. So while science is busy working behind the scenes, all we care about is the delicious, fluffy masterpiece that's about to make our taste buds do a happy dance. All right, folks, hold on to your whisks because we're diving into the excellent world of cake prep. First up, meet the egg-cracking robot, the real MVP of the kitchen. It separates yolks and whites with the precision of a surgeon, ensuring each egg is perfectly prepped for that cake batter. No shells, no mess, just perfectly cracked eggs ready for their big moment. Talk about cracking under pressure. Now, onto the mixers. These aren't your average kitchen tools. These high-powered beasts handle hundreds of pounds of batter at once, blending wet and dry ingredients like a pro. They spin, they swirl, and they make sure everything's mixed to perfection with zero lumps. It's like watching a dance party of flour, sugar, and eggs, smooth, silky, and totally in sync. So, while we're busy cracking eggs at home, these machines are out there living their best lives in the cake-making world. After the ingredients are prepped, it's time for the frosting to take the spotlight. In massive industrial mixers, butter, sugar, and flavorings are whipped into a fluffy, creamy cloud of perfection. These machines spin the ingredients like they're auditioning for a baking competition, creating a smooth texture that will soon be spread across cakes, making them look and taste like $1 million. But frosting isn't just for decoration. It's the finishing touch that elevates the entire cake. It adds that extra flavor punch that takes a bite from good to amazing. So, when you dig into that cake, remember, the frosting is a work of art, carefully crafted to be as smooth as a pillow and as sweet as your favorite dessert dreams. We've got our cakes frosted to perfection, but hold up. There's one last little twist. Oil spraying. Yep, we're making sure these pans are as slick as a slip and slide. You know, when you're baking at home and that cake somehow turns into a batter-flavored glue? Yeah, that's exactly what we're avoiding in the factory. For cakes with sticky dough, oil spraying is the unsung hero of the baking process. These industrial sprayers make sure the batter doesn't get clingy and stick to the pans like it's playing hard to get. In factories that skip the non-stick baking paper, the oil spray is a lifesaver, ensuring that cakes come out looking as smooth as they went in, no batter bits left behind. This clever little step makes sure that once those cakes hit the oven, they rise without any sticky situations. The result? Perfectly baked cakes that slide out of their pans like they're on a mission to be frosted and decorated into pure dessert glory. Talk about a sweet exit. And once that oil's all set, it's time for the precision pouring. Because we don't just pour batter, we pour it like pros. Picture this: a robot with a mission, dispensing the perfect amount of batter into each pan. No more eyeballing it like at home. This little guy is all about accuracy. It ensures each cake is perfectly uniform, whether it's a giant wedding cake or a humble cupcake. The result? Cakes that look like they came from a professional bakery, not a kitchen disaster. Thanks to this robot, every cake is a flawless twin, ready for its moment in the oven. With the batter in the pans, it's time for the true star of the show, the BakerBot. This little guy is a master of batter loading. Picture a robot with the elegance of a ballerina and the precision of a surgeon, except, with way more flour on it. The motion control system kicks in, and like a pro, it gently loads the trays of batter onto carts, carefully arranging them for their grand entrance into the oven. It's like watching a cake ballet, where the BakerBot is the lead dancer, making sure every tray is perfectly placed, no batter spills, and no one trips over their shoes. This little bot's got moves. We've made it past the batter loading stage, where those trays of joy are filled with the perfect mixture. But hold on to your aprons. Baking time is where the real magic happens. Cue the industrial ovens. These aren't your grandma's kitchen contraptions. Nope, these bad boys are finely tuned to distribute heat like a pro. They keep everything perfectly even, making sure each cake rises to the occasion like a champion. No cake left behind. Every single one gets that same golden, fluffy texture we all crave. These ovens come equipped with temperature control systems that are so advanced, they'd make even your most meticulous oven thermometer jealous. Cold spots? Not here. They ensure every cake gets that perfect heat, guaranteeing that each batch of cakes comes out flawless, uniform, delicious, and ready to impress. So, while the batter's getting all cozy in the oven, we can just sit back and enjoy the sweet, sweet anticipation of cake perfection. After the cakes have had their time in the oven, it's time for them to cool down. No one likes to be rushed. Even cakes. Once they've chilled out, the decorating magic begins. Some of it is handled by the machines, carefully spreading frosting and fondant like a pro. But the real artistry happens when skilled decorators step in. They add the finishing touches with intricate designs, swirls, flowers, and maybe even a little edible glitter. Because who doesn't love a cake that sparkles? By the time the cakes are done, they're picture perfect and ready for their moment in the spotlight. Whether it's a birthday message or a beautiful design, the final touches turn each cake into a masterpiece. From cooling to decorating, these cakes are not just desserts. They're works of art, set to make any occasion extra sweet. Once those cakes have cooled off, been smothered in frosting, and given their fancy finishing touches, they're ready to hit the road and make their grand debut. From the factory straight to your plate. These beautifully crafted treats are carefully packaged to ensure they stay fresh, intact, and ready for their grand entrance into stores and homes everywhere. After those cakes are packed up like dessert superheroes, they hit the road on their VIP journey, climate-controlled trucks and all, to land fresh and fabulous on your plate. Thanks to the magic of tech and a sprinkle of love, these cakes don't just appear at the store. They've had a smooth ride from factory to frosting perfection. Who says cakes only have to hang out with coffee and tea? Let's get creative with some cake pairings that will make your taste buds do a happy dance. First up, red velvet cake. It's not just for Instagram selfies anymore. Try it with a fruity red wine, and you've got a match made in dessert heaven. Next, we have lemon cake. Bright, zesty, and oh so refreshing. It's best served with a soothing herbal tea like chamomile or mint to balance all that citrus goodness. And finally, chocolate cake. Because let's be real, chocolate is life. Pair it with a rich cup of espresso or even a stout beer. Yes, you heard that right. Chocolate and beer are the unlikely BFFs of the dessert world. Well, there you have it, cake lovers. From robotic egg cracking to frosting magic, these cakes didn't just fall from the sky. They went through a whole high-tech journey to get to you. Now, tell us, which part blew your mind the most? The machines working their magic, or the fact that we're this close to having cake-baking robots in our kitchens? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button like you're diving into a cake, and make sure to subscribe for more behind-the-scenes sweetness. Stay sweet and keep those cake cravings coming.